name is Sarah, and we've got a really bright idea to kick off this hour. I know, pun intended. Joe Harrison is here. We're going to take you shopping. We're going to tell you everything you need to know about replacing those incandescent bulbs. In fact, if you're thinking about replacing those incandescent bulbs, might cost you a little bit, but not today. We have a brand new pack of 20. We'll talk about that in a moment, because first, our fireworks are in full display already here at our network. We're doing 5 flex pays on everything, on air and online. You can just shop till you drop, or at least shop until you hit that barbecue or the fireworks or the parade later today. And that will help you space out your payments over the next 5 months. This is brand new, and we love to celebrate our birthday month here with lots of brand new offers. This is something we've never done before, a set of 20 from StoreSmith of dimmable LED bulbs. Replacing those incandescent bulbs has never been easier or more affordable, and most LED lights flicker. They don't dim. These do. You get 20 for $44.95. And Joe Harrison is here. So welcome. Happy 4th of July.
Oh, good to you as well.
Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
I love when I bring the light bulbs here, because it truly is going to change the way you look at that energy bill. Because for a lot of us, we've been using these incandescents. It's technology that's been around for about 100 years. You have to have a light bulb somehow. But unfortunately, 90% of the energy that goes to turn this light on actually goes off as wasted heat. You ever feel how hot these are? So hot. So the government says we have to stop manufacturing them. So that's when LED light bulbs started hitting the market. And this is the difference. These bulbs look identical to one another. They're going to be identical, and I'll show you in a second, in the same color. But this one uses 60 watts of power. This one only uses 8 watts of power for the exact same light. So what happens is, it now reduces that energy bill by over 80%. So a typical house in America has about 40 light bulbs in it. So over the course of a year, turning your lights on and off costs you about $500. When you switch over to your LED bulbs today, it's only going to cost you $100, because it's 80% less energy. But the great thing about it is, this is going to work on every light that you have. And I'll show you right next to me, because I have 2 lamps. And one has an incandescent and one has an LED. Both of them fill up the shade from top to bottom. Both of them are that identical soft white that you're getting today. But it's not until you actually take the shade off and see that this is the one that is room temperature. That's your LED. Where this one, I can't even touch it. I can feel the heat coming off of it. My daughter actually has an oven. She makes brownies off the heat that comes off of that. But then it's when you go down below, when you actually see that your incandescent is using 60 watts of power, yours today only uses 9 watts of power for the exact same light. So when you put that lampshade back on, when you start changing these out with your existing lights, you can't tell which one's incandescent, which one is the LED, but you're going to notice it in the savings on that electric bill.
So it's better efficiency, it's more light, but you actually are using less energy, which is going to save you money on that bill that comes at the end of the month. We're giving you a set of 20, and that's a really fabulous way to say, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the switch to LED, because it comes down to about, what, $22 a bulb, because you get 20 for about $44.95. So a little over $2 and change a bulb. Each of these bulbs is going to last 13 years. You're not going to have to change a bulb until 2031. I love that. You are not going to have to change one of these bulbs for another 13 years. Your children will have graduated. Hopefully they'll be graduated from college, right, Joe?
You're exactly right.
Hopefully they will have moved out of the house by then.
That would be great.
All you have to do is choose what color or what intensity of the bulb that you want. We have 2 choices. We have one that's called a soft white and one that is called a bright white.
Right, and the soft white is this one we have over here. It's a traditional incandescent. So if you like the look of your incandescent that you've loved for years, this is going to be your soft white. And I have a book here, and I just go side by side. When you see this one, that's the soft white. This is the daylight. So you can see the daylight mimics the sun. You can see my hands look different, the text look different. A lot of us use the daylight, that bright white, when you're reading, when my wife uses it when she's putting her makeup on. I prefer this one, but you know, it's whichever option that you want, you're getting both of them. And normally, the daylight is a more expensive bulb, but here it's the same price. So you can buy one set set for one part of the house, buy another set for the other part, but you're getting both sets at the same price, which I love.
So go ahead and make your choice. You want the soft white or the bright white. I like your idea that you might want to do 2 sets, and I only say that because the average home needs about 40 bulbs,
lights, right?
Because there are bedside lights, and there are overhead lights, and there are ceiling fans with lights, and there are kitchens that need lights, and there are bathrooms that have lights all around. Yeah,
so
and there are
places.
Closets that need lights.
Right, like on my side of the bathroom, I have the soft white. On my wife's side, she has the bright white. So you can mix, intermix both these anywhere that you want to put throughout the home, because these lights will fit anywhere. But we were talking earlier about these incandescents, and we love the shape of them, we love the look of them, but the government says they have to stop making them because they waste energy. So then the first thing they came out with are these curly Q guys. Now these take about 3 minutes to fully illuminate, and they have mercury on the inside, so if you break it, technically you're supposed to get a hazardous kit. So then all these LEDs started hitting the marketplace, and they started to look like science projects. Like, why does this one have a dome? Why is this one with a yellow ring around the top of it? Why is it vented? This one here costs $25. This one costs $17. Yours today costs $2.25 a bulb. It's crazy the amount of savings you're gonna get, but the problem is you go to the store, or if you just say, I need to get a light bulb, it's no longer just, let's get a 60-watt bulb. It doesn't exist. There's so much confusion out there. That's why HSN is giving you a light bulb. We teamed up with StoreSmith to give you a light bulb that looks like a light bulb. So now when this is sticking out of your ceiling fan, now when this is out of your lamps, now when it's exposed, you can see it. And by the way, you can use this inside and also outside too. So if you have, nice. If you like to leave your lights on overnight, don't worry about that energy bill going up, because now it's all LED, it uses 80% less energy. Now I know you're probably thinking still, this bulb costs you about $1 a bulb. And you're right, but this bulb lasts you 1 year. This one at $2.25 a bulb, it's going to last 13.7 years. So then when you start doing the math, this one bulb is equivalent to 14 of these incandescents. That's 14 times, Sarah. I gotta go up and down that ladder. 14 times I'm going back and forth to the store. 14 times I'm telling my husband, change the light again. Or you get one bulb today that's gonna last you.
Or you get one bulb. And you know what I love is that you've made it easy. I always get intimidated and overwhelmed because I'm like, I'm gonna change all my bulbs. And I go to the store and I look at all the rows of all the different LED bulbs. They're all different shapes, they're all different sizes, they all have different numbers or different names. I don't even know where to begin because I'm not even sure if it's gonna fit those standard inputs that are all around my house. These will.
Right, it's a standard base. It's called the A19 base.
Okay.
So 95% of the lamps we have in our house are that standard A19 base, so you don't have to have any specialty lamp. And when you see these two lamps that are right next to me, not only is it identical in just the lamps that'll work on both lamps, but it's also identical in light. So both of them are filling up the light from top to bottom. Both of them are filling up the shade. Both of them are dimmable, but one is LED and one is incandescent. And it's not until you take the shade off and see that this is the one that is room temperature. I'm gonna take a temperature gun to it in a second. This one, I can't even touch. You can't, if you touch that, you know how bad that is. It gets so hot. But when I put that shade back on, so now when you see the difference, this is only using 9 watts of power. This is using 60 watts of power. That electric bill that you're getting today, you're paying per watt. You're not paying per bulb, so use the most efficient lamp that you can. But I've got a little temperature gun. I'm gonna go ahead and take the temperature of our LED. Let me go ahead and I've got it right there. When you see it, 86 degrees. 86. That's incredible. So now, when you come down here to your incandescent, look at the temperature of the incandescent. 281.
281?
It is almost 4 times the heat. So now think about it.
Those light bulbs are, and the fact is they don't need to be that hot to be bright. We're not sacrificing the brightness.
Right, the brightness is identical. It's just now going to use, it's a more efficient bulb. But when you think about this, Sarah, right now it's hot. You know, like everybody has their air conditioners cranked. This one bulb was 280 degrees. What happens if you have 5 lights on in one kitchen area or one space? That's more than 1,000 degrees you're adding to your house. So what do? You start cranking up the AC. The AC's money. It's costing you more and more money now because now you have to run your AC more to compete against the light. Now when you look at these two lights that you're getting today, the lamps, we have 2 different colors. The technology is identical. They're both dimmable. They're both, you see the soft white is on the left side, and then you have the bright white that's on the right side. It is the most popular options, these two right here. But when you see it...
explain the difference a little bit if someone's not sure how to order. By the way, bright white is already the most popular choice.
Oh, perfect. Soft white is the same color of an incandescent bulb. So if you've been using incandescents for years now, then that's the same color you're gonna love. If you wanna try something different, bright white, you see a lot of those in offices, you see a lot of them in beauty salons, you see a lot of bright white elsewhere, because when you look at my hand under the bright white, it looks completely different compared to Sarah's.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because this is the same light, same color temperature as the sun. It also makes it easier when you're reading, when you're doing your scrapbooking, the colors come out more true to color, where on the left side, that's that soft white, that incandescent that we've been using in our lights for years.
So you could, because I mean, these are my hands. I'm live. I did not put self-tanner on my left and not on my right. I mean, that's just the difference that you can see here live. So you might want to choose maybe the soft light for areas that you might be just relaxing in.
Right before you go to bed, you put those in your areas. You're just calming and relaxing.
A television room, a family room. Maybe you choose the bright white for your kitchen, your bath, anytime where you really need that accurate lighting, whether it's to do makeup. We all know how important accurate lighting is to do your makeup.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, you can also choose the bright white for a kitchen or anywhere where you're doing some tasks, like maybe it's a sewing room, a craft area. It'd be great for an office where you really want to have that natural paper white of your novel or your paperwork in front of you. So you are getting a set of 20, by the way. So remember, this is a one-stop shop. You could replace all the bulbs in your house right now. You could kind of cross this off your list, because I know a lot of us are trying to figure out what are the easiest things I can do for the environment, to save energy, and to save money on my electrical bill.
Well, it's a huge difference, and that electric bill, I mean, gets us every single month, because every single time you turn that light on, it's costing you money. And a traditional incandescent bulb, it's got a little filament that's on the inside, and that filament has to get white hot, and that's how the light comes on. That uses about 60 watts worth of power. The problem with that is 90% of that goes off its heat. That's why this one was 281 degrees. When you switch over to this today, your brand new StoreSmith bulb only uses 9 watts of power. This one uses 60, this one uses 9. So a typical house has 40 lights in it. That's pretty common for America, that you have 40 lights. That's in the garage, that's in the basement, that's in every single room as you go throughout the house.
Forgot about
40
the
lights.
garage.
You got so many of them. But now, when you, over the course of a year, 40 lights is about $500 a year in your energy cost. When you switch over to LED, because it saves you over 80%, that $500 bill goes down to $100. That's $400 of savings. And Sarah, that's just year one. You're doing this for the next 13 years. So now you're looking at well over $5,000 of savings.
If you have an average home and you need to buy 2 sets today, these are the last bulbs that you will have to buy for 13 years.
Yeah.
You will never, ever, you will not have to buy another bulb until 2031, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But there's another thing I want to mention about these bulbs. A lot of LED bulbs do not dim. I know I tried these. I put them in my dining room table that was supposed to have a dimmable feature. All it did was flicker, or it would go on, or it would go off. These do work if you have any of those switches that dim.
Right, so it dims all the way down to 10% and then all the way up to 100%. So it even has like a very wide range of light. And a lot of LEDs, that's an expensive technology. Either it turns off or it turns on, and that's it. There's nowhere in between unless you start getting that flicker, which nobody wants that. So this will dim all the way down to 100, down to 10% and up to 100%. And the other great thing is, because this is that typical size, like this is your incandescent. If you have an incandescent now, anywhere you have that, you can now fit your brand new StoreSmith.
I love that it looks the same. I love that it has the same aesthetic that we're used to. I mean, I've tried these other ones.
Like imagine trying to put in that.
Like, sometimes they stuck out of the shade. Like they weren't in the shade, or if they were in the ceiling, I couldn't put the cover on correctly, or they were sticking out of the ceiling. And I'm like, that does not look the same. So they've made them the same size, the same shape. All it is 83% less energy. Choose the soft white or the bright white. They are both going fast. These are brand new for our big birthday month celebration here at HSN. And Joe Harrison, do you have some other bright ideas up your sleeve today?
A couple great dash cams coming up.
Okay, all right. Why don't you hang out with us all day? Why don't you do that? Okay. More from our 4th of July birthday blowout sale right after this. We're going to polish your wood right after this, so don't go away.